The very first day, like we'd gotten to the mission home, the mission president picked us up, and then we went and stayed the night there, and that was just kind of like a blur. And then we wake up that morning, and the mission president sets us all in the mission home, just talks about the mission, submission rules, senior couples explain some things to us. And then he's about to tell us who our trainers are and where we're going to go, which is what we've been waiting to hear all morning. And I don't think any of us, or even me in particular, I didn't really understand what the mission looked like. Like, I knew it was New York, New York North, but I didn't know anything about New York or the city or anything. But even I, along with everyone else, was just hoping, like, we hope we go to the city, because, I don't know, upstate just didn't sound as exciting as going to the city. But later on, I ended up realizing that the city, like, being upstate was a lot better, and I had better experiences in those wards. But I just remember being really excited and wanting to go to the city. And then when he told me where I was going, I mean, of course, he said, like, the area, and I'm like, I still have no idea where you're talking about. But, like, when he pointed onto the map, I realized that I was going to the city. And then I meet my trainer at transfers, and then the very first, like, metro, the very first train that I get on, I didn't sit down fast enough, and I fell on my luggage and broke the handle off. And so I was like, this is like the best way to start out my New York experience. And then that night, we had like 2 appointments or something, but they both fell through. And so we spent that night tracting, and then it was raining. And so it was just a lot of new things at once. Like, I'm from Alaska, and so it was like big place, city, apartment in the middle of like a bunch of other apartment buildings, and we're walking in the rain, and it was just a lot of new things at once. I was just like, oh, is this what it's going to be like the rest of the next 2 years? And it took like a week for me, I think, to just get accustomed to being there. I think I had a little bit of culture shock, just because, like, there's so many different people, like, in New York, different kinds of people. Just like various people from different Hispanic countries, from like all different kinds of English-speaking countries, and like all over Africa. There's just so many immigrants that come to New York City that you're just surrounded by so many different people that was just, not that I didn't like it, it was just so different. And then the city was just so busy and loud and dirty that it just took me like a week just like to, like, I don't know, get used to breathing there and stuff. But I think after about a week I was like more settled, and I felt a lot better about where I was at.